try and be dicks.
And there we go. Hi.
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 Good morning, everyone. And good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon and good morning. Hello, everyone. This is Season 3, Episode 12 of the Game 1 Play Itself podcast. I am Lardteamaker, surprisingly alert and sprightly for this time of the afternoon. Joining me, not late in any way, shape, or form. It's the master of the technical stuff, the legend that is James Atkinson.
Hi, everybody. If I pass out during this, it's totally not because I wasn't working on some stuff last night.
Totally. And above us, as usual, he's back, fully bearded, fully sensual voiced. It's Heaven.
Good afternoon, everyone. By the way, if tea isn't your cup of tea, I'm packing some coffee.
And of course.
That's a coffee night pun, by the way. Companies. It's all good.
Cranberry apple juice.
The breakfast of kings.
And stale Tostitos and Cheez-Its.
The breakfast of WoW players.
Yeah. The fifth meal of playing WoW players.
What do you mean every meal?
Yeah. Well, no, you start with Mountain Dew.
Constant caloric intake.
You start with the Mountain Dew, but then the thing is it runs out. And then then you have to just start going with what you've got easily at reach.
Pretty much.
I have been such a WoW addict at points that I've taken my laptop into a bathroom and taken a dump while raiding. Because
I think we've all been to a point where
I have to hold my hand up and say my Vita's come into the bog a few times over its years.
Well, the thing that's a mobile device. It's meant to do that, but
what laptops aren't? Come on.
I'm talking about the fact that I was raiding with my raid team on my college dorm room floor, and three of us were taking shits with our laptop and playing over the Wi-Fi because it made it easy to call out rotate DPS. Just rotate DPS. Rotate DPS. I can't pinch you one off. Fuck.
I'm not quite a Spiderman yet, Will, but it's on its way.
Oh, it was so good. All right.
All right. So today, then,
that's the poop joke out of the way for the show.
We've hit that level. That level's early. We've wiped it off. We're not going to get any harder.
We wiped the raid.
Yeah, we flushed it.
We do have to watch out for aftershocks though, because those are a thing and those do happen.
Oh no.
Yeah, especially if you have a dicky tummy in the morning, it's like, oh, and you hear the rumble go. It's like, oh, here comes a 12.4. But on today's show, a bit of news. What we've been playing, some shout outs, because I know we have a big shout out, and some extra life stuff, and then we're going to get the hell out of here because I want to play games, damn it. But today, so let's get started, shall we, with the news? And yeah, I'm going to get on my soapbox because this past week, gamers have been dicks on Twitter again. Damn them.
As opposed to what?
Well, extra life, we're not dicks then.
Okay.
Right.
That's fair. No, that's
I can't agree.
We do a lot of charity. We're also assholes.
Yes. And why are we assholes this week? One, people complaining there's no cleavage on Black Cat and the Spiderman DLC because they can't masturbate to a game. And two, they were complaining that Nintendo decided to do the very upstanding and respectful thing of delaying Nintendo Direct because there was a fucking earthquake that killed people.
Them. No, that's totally reasonable. Fuck. If they said we're delaying it because our netcode is a little shitty right now, still be fine with that.
Yeah.
There's no issue.
But, you know, you look at some things and you think, what the fuck, internet? Seriously.
There's a Reddit for that. It's quite literally what the fuck, internet.
Does he go through and go,
Oh, no.
what's the internet being fuck-ups about this week? Oh, really? But yeah, so that's kind of annoying this week because, you know, Nintendo are doing the very right thing here of saying, look, there's bigger things out there that's happening than a game news of a release that's coming up maybe in about 6 months. And
yeah.
And if people complaining because, oh, why can't they just press a button and upload it? Because there's something more important. Fucking wait.
It's not that simple, guys. Actually, it's really not that simple.
You know, when the infrastructure is not there for you to physically do the stream, when there may not be, it's like, you know, oh, we can't stream today. Why? There's no power. Well, fuck you for not having power. Where's your generator? Well, when the power lines are down and I physically do not have a connection out to the world.
We have power in the building. We don't have internet. How'd you do this? We had a mobile network. You think that can sustain a fucking infrastructure for streaming? Look, you can play a game, but like you're not going to be able to fucking run a massive company off of it. Fuck, why is my team incompetent? I'm playing Final Fantasy right now.
But yeah, so, you mean, you know, the big, hello, Cosmic Gamers. But yeah, so the big thing at the moment we want to say is, look, you know, we hope everyone who is affected from the earthquake in Japan is okay. You know, more, you know, there has been some fatalities and that sucks. So we hope they can get back on their feet as soon as possible. As, you know, if it can be resolved and help for them, it can be done. Yeah, and everybody else who's complaining, wait.
Shut up and play Spiderman.
Exactly.
It's not like you don't have to. Or hell, look at your backlog. Find a game that you bought on X summer sale or X thing that you haven't done anything with because you've been lazy or been like, hey, no, this is totally a thing I want to play. But then, you know, Spider-Man came out and you left it at the wayside and you're sitting there going, oh, I should really go back and complete it. But no, you really don't want to complete it because of something else. And then bang. Yeah, dude, play that.
Because, you know what, 6 months, you would have heard the announcement. You would have been waiting however long it will be for the actual game they're going to announce to come out.
By the way, who really watches the Nintendo Directs anyways? They're weird and awkward. Just wait
That's the charm of them, isn't it?
That's what you're calling it? You're calling it charm?
Yeah, that's the charm, being weird and awkward.
Yeah, that was maybe like our charm episode 1 and episode 2 of this show, but I think we've gotten past at least the awkward part of it.
Yeah. Well, it's taken us long enough, but yeah, we're there. But yeah, so I don't know really any other news we got.
THQ Nordic bought the assets to Rise of Amalur.
Yes, Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning.
Yep.
That's nice.
That's good. So, I mean, and also, that's kind of exciting there, because they had an MMO that they were talking about potentially doing. And along with the ads to that game, and you know, I kind of hope that there's something else, because gameplay-wise, it wasn't a bad game. When I bought it for $5 on Steam, it wasn't bad at all. It was actually fun. It just lacked a lot.
I'm sure I've got it on my backlog.
Yeah.
Speaking of backlogs.
I've got it on my backlog too.
It's maybe someone to just bring out at one point and go, look, this is what we're talking about. But Nordic seem to be on a tear in terms of buying, IPs.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, it shows that the company is serious about doing. I mean, they've got, what do they got? They got Darksiders 3 coming out this year, right?
Yep. So you got Darksiders 3. There's talk of Time Splitters. There's talk of this now. That's nice. That's some good stuff.
They've got a lot. They've got a lot of good, positive momentum. Just don't fuck it up.
Yeah, don't be an EA now.
Overwatch is free on the monthly Humble Bundle, so you can get the game for free and then spend what you normally would do it on loot boxes.
Oh, have you also heard that? What company was it now that Jim Sterling was on about? There's a company that is trying to get its fan base. Oh, Blizzard Activision, that's it. They're trying to get people in Belgium to go up to their government and say that the law against loot boxes being gambling. They want to get people to get that changed so they can put them back.
I thought that was PUBG.
No,
I just assumed that everything is like ridiculous like that is PUBG.
Which is
I'm going
funny thing the company should be doing.
It's you want these loot boxes.
Yeah, we want to get more money out of you, so please tell your government to get rid of this law for us. No,
I mean,
take them out.
China has also enforced stricter import laws when it comes to video games. So there's that.
Yeah, I heard something roughly about that as well. It's like, what is it? Is that down to gun violence? Is it down to just violence overall? They don't want it, or
they want to control they want people to be active and healthy, so they're just like they want to control the narrative in a sense. Welcome to not having free market, guys.
Yep.
Welcome to no free market. We want to control. They want like people to be outside and healthy and active, and not sitting inside and playing video games
and eating Doritos and pretend to be superheroes.
Really did wish I had some Doritos right now. That would be fucking awesome. Oh, Doritos, man.
Actually, yeah, but I could go for some of those right now.
Now I need like an 80s Dorito commercial that I can play. Just like, Doritos.
It's like, quick.
Actually,
for a copyright claim.
It's the Michael Patterson patented air horn, right?
Yep.
So, where was this, guys? Where were you to play the Michael Patterson air horn when I wasn't awake this morning?
I tried messaging you this morning.
Yeah. I apparently I slept through 4 alarms.
I was going to try and like give you a call on Discord, but then I realized, hang on, you're not online. It won't connect.
It won't connect.
See, Michael wants some air. It's not only his air horn, but some spicy Doritos.
I need to change that to be my alarm. It's just the Michael Patterson patented air horn. Just like, wake up, motherfucker.
Oh, that's a cracking idea. Have that on your phone.
Yeah, watch. You'll see in the news, man jumps through ceiling.
He's all right. He's got a hole in the ceiling.
Pretty much. How did he do it? Just.
So before we go into what we have been playing, do you want to do the housekeeping?
Oh, thank you for giving me some time to wake up before I need to go into that. It takes preparation every morning. It's not like I've usually do this after I've been awake for 10 hours. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Game Will Play Itself podcast. Now, obviously, we do a lot of things here. There's a lot of fun stuff here, so let's talk about this. What can you do? What happens? By the way, first of all, before we go into this whole thing where I talk about how you can support the stream, do you guys watch Jack Ryan yet? Because if you watched Jack Ryan, you would have gotten bits. And you could have used those bits to support channels. Now, by the way, it wasn't that bad, actually. Like, episode 1 of Jack Ryan wasn't too bad. Am I the only one who thinks that?
I thought it was alright.
I think because I'm assuming most of us watched it because we wanted 400 bits. But no, it wasn't bad. I mean, Jim from The Office kicking some ass across, it's not bad. I wonder what happened to Pam, but it's a very interesting continuation of that canon. That obviously the Jim went from selling paper after he got his degree And obviously he went into the Marines after he got his degree, because we all know The Office takes place over like the span of a couple months, and Jim is just a young man who's selling paper while he's going to night school to get his degree from Boston College, and then goes and joins the Marines, gets his back messed up, and then obviously becomes Jack Ryan. It's exactly it. See, because Jack Ryan is his cover name, his code name, because he works in the CIA. It's Jim from The Office. It's a very interesting canon moving forward. You know, John Krasinski's beard is all kinds of good. It is, yeah. I feel like I'm the only person not watching Jack Ryan. Well, it's something to talk about, because obviously it gives you bits, and you can use those bits to splash them on the channel and splash it on us or splash it on everybody else. Yeah, Cosmic, I understand not watching it, but that doesn't mean that you can't press play and then like minimize it and then go do something else just to get 100 free bits. Wait, did Twitch hear that?
No, that's fine. They haven't heard it.
Shh. It's not like you could do no. But actually, funnily enough, I got my bits because I watched it on my TV, because I have my smart TV tied to my Amazon account, my Prime account. So I just watched it on the TV, falling asleep to it, and it counted. I mean, I woke up when I heard explosions, but you know, it's not a big deal.
If only you'd have had that on this morning.
Well, you've never heard of Jack Ryan? Then you have never heard of the wonders that is The Hunt for Red October, which is by far best Tom Clancy movie of all time. 10 out of 10.
Sean Connery. His Russian accent.
You have Sean Connery, you have Sam Neill, you have Alec Baldwin, you've got James Earl Jones, you've got the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, you've got Alexander Skarsgård's father. He's the Russian sub-captain in the Alpha who's hunting him down at the end of the movie. There's a lot of famous people in this movie. And it's really good and very quotable. And just the hairpiece that Sean Connery has. that fucking hairpiece is amazing. So, Hunt for Red October is 10 out of 10. Would watch again. It's well before Alec Baldwin went crazy.
I'm sitting here talking to you guys with a muted microphone, wondering
why we're being so ignorant.
But no, here's the thing. You guys have been reacting appropriately. You guys have been adjusting appropriately, so I thought it was fine. Until James started talking over me, and I realized, oh, I'm muted still.
Because we've gotten over the whole talking over each other thing, I think, at this point. We found that out. But what are your comments on Jack Ryan / Hunt for Red October? By the way, man, Patriot Games is pretty good, but it's not a Hunt for Red October.
It's true. It isn't.
I mean, it's like Hunt for Red October gets so Russian that it literally starts with a Russian anthem.
I mean, it's basically just like an alternate Expendables.
Exactly.
Before the Expendables happened. Only instead of America, it's Russia.
Can I get a ping for Chile? One ping only.
That's pretty good for the morning. Shocking.
Shockingly.
Shocking.
Truly shocking.
Wouldn't the Expendables before the Expendables be the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? Or is that only because it has one star? Like, it has Sean Connery and nobody else in it?
That's only because it's only Sean Connery.
Yeah.
No. The Expendables before the Expendables was Cannonball Run 2. With all the stars in.
I'm sure there was like an old movie, like a 60s movie that had all of like the 30s and 40s big actors in it.
You mean like Ocean's 11? The original with the Rat Pack?
Yeah, or It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right.
Or Silverado? that had like all of the like classic Western guys in it.
Yeah, that would be
Dirty Dozen,
that'd be the equivalence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Magnificent Seven, yeah. Kelly's Heroes.
Kelly's, God, that's a classic. Kelly's Heroes with freaking Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
I remember that one. That was a good movie. That was a really good movie.
Welcome to the movies won't watch themselves. People.
Exactly. Let's do a segment where we just discuss movies,
Which maybe
because
eventually you'll find them on Twitch.
movies get you bits. And the whole reason why you got your Amazon Prime subscription was because you wanted to watch all of these awesome movies that we just read to you. And the beautiful thing about that Amazon Prime subscription is that Prime subscription that you got. Well, guess what? You can use that and you can tie it to your Twitch account and you can use Amazon Prime to sub. And if there's an even better part about today, it's an even better thing. You know it's September, right? Where if you gift a sub or have had a sub gifted to you during this month, you will then be able to redo that sub for the low price of $1. $1.
Yep. Whereas and the channel gets their full bit. Still,
Yes.
that starts from the 10th of September. I heard this morning they sent a little note across my Twitch to the 30th of September.
So
Monday.
next week, Monday, gift people subs or have subs gifted to you. Or
And you can extend it.
$1. That's a coffee. Or not really even a coffee anymore. That's like a small coffee.
It's not even a small. Oh, it's a gas station coffee.
It's a gas station
It's perfectly fine, actually.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with gas station coffee. I mean, gas station burritos, gas station sushi. Mm-mm.
Gas station sushi, I would definitely stay away from.
Yeah, no.
To be totally honest. Burritos, though, are all right, depending on where you're going.
If you nuke it long enough, it'll take care of all the germs.
But honestly, like gas station sandwiches are usually really good.
Yeah, no, they've really been raising that bar lately around in the States. I mean, like Cumberland. I'm assuming we're talking Cumberland Farms.
I'm actually talking like Valero.
Really, Valero. No,
The one on Route 6. Actually, my neighbor used to own that.
Oh, I know that one. That's right where Kim used to live.
Yeah, it was the one right by my house.
Yep.
Very specifically.
Oh yeah, okay, that one. Okay, I'm thinking
yeah,
of the one that's
that
like on
one.
Route 4 in Unionville.
No, the one right on Route 6, like
Got it.
right there. My neighbor used to own that. It was a good little place.
By the way, Will's Torch Clarence, that's how you get Alien from Aliens, is gas station egg salad sandwich.
Yes.
See, I was going to say like
exception to truck stop stations.
Or petrol stations over here where there's like pastries and porn mags.
That's still there.
That's a trucker gas stop.
That's long journey. You get tired, bored, you need a rest.
I'm just trying to
tense
think of,
from all the driving. Just need to
I'm just trying to think of a pastry that starts with a W. Sometimes you need a waffle and a wank.
There you go.
That's what you can see where I was going for. I had the end product, I just didn't have the middle product. I was like, I need what's a pastry that starts with W that would be good in this waffle and a wank.
Sometimes you need a mince pie and don't masturbate.
Exactly.
So yeah, Twitch Prime, Jennifer Bits, free subs,
subscribe, follow, tell friends, because like you, this is the great comedy that you can get in mid-afternoon on some Saturdays and Friday nights. That's her thing. But
it's a thing.
And you too.
Shall we move on swiftly?
Okay, Will, for your sanity's sake, we'll pull this whole it's a whole new for pulling over.
Pulling off the road.
Sometimes you need to pull over to pull off. We'll take this for a while here. This joke has legs, and I plan on taking this to its inevitable conclusion, which is why most people go to those gas stations.
You're going to bring it to its climax.
Exactly. I mean, essentially, that's a great motto for like a truck stop in the UK. For you need a waffle and a wank. You get like a waffle, but that's how you introduce Waffle House to the UK.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because you don't. They're not even truck stop stations. They're just restaurants, but it essentially serve the same purpose.
Yeah, I mean, a good diner. That's all you need. A good diner.
You need a waffle and a wank. Waffle House.
Bed and breakfast almost. A waffle and a wank.
Because you know you get on like
the channel for free.
Because you know when you get on the A1, it goes like 2 kilometers an hour. So why not just pull over? Get yourself a waffle. That's the real reason why you have nudie bags in every single one of your petrol stations. It's because your fucking highways to get anywhere, there's always constructions, there's always lorries, and there's never any way to room it. So what's the way to pass time? Because all you really have to do is just like undo your foot a little bit to move like 3 inches forward. That is just read a nudie bag because it's a great way to kill time. When you're waiting,
stroking a sandwich.
Stroking a sandwich. For when you need to go south on the M1.
A tug and a taco.
A tug and a taco. Exactly.
A strudel and a draining of the noodle.
See, you normally would expect this from us, like, at the late night show, because we were exhausted and stuff from the day, but no. Sharp wits first thing in the morning. We don't have any roadworks. Do you have any roads where you are, Will?
I thought once or twice we did.
We thought we had roadwork once, then we found out it was just a local dog crossing the street.
It's why can't you go down the M1? It doesn't exist. It's just like a towpath. This is going to be content for Euro Truck Simulator.
Exactly. This is the mod that we're working on for Euro Truck Simulator.
Shall we move on to gaming and what we've been playing?
Sure, Will.
I've got
so I've been modding Euro Truck Simulator, guys. I've been creating a mod. We just helped me workshop.
You get a Rustico and a rub one out.
Rub one out on a roundabout. I think that's probably one of the better ones so far. So, video games. What have we been playing?
Turnover and a toss off.
Oh, puns.
Turnpike turnover and a toss off.
Turnpike turnover and a toss off.
There you go. That's a name for the place.
Oh boy, let's all let that sink in.
Gonna be one have an extra street. Let's pull over for a pie and a puff. A pineapple.
Pineapple.
Yeah, because I'll be playing Euro Truck Simulator on it. Or no, American Truck Simulator for my Extra Life part.
So in that one, you have to murder hookers.
Yes.
Because that's what American truckers do. I would know it's happened on the highway down from my house. At least 3 times. They found 4 different bodies over 20 years.
Yep.
What the hell?
It's really awkward, like, trying to get home. And, like, you leave first thing in the morning, and it's fine. And you go to come back, and there's cops blocking your exit. And you're like, that's not a good thing. And like, because you like turn into the exit, but all of a sudden, like you're sitting there and you're like staring at an officer who's staring back because it was blind from the outside. And they're like, "Do you live around here?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, how old are you?
Like, must be personal questions, Liv.
16. Can I see your license? Sure. You're free to go. Apparently the murder happened 20 years ago, so I kind of snuck out under that one there, guys. Would have been really good premeditated murder. I mean, like, really 10 out of 10.
Really, really well timed.
Really well timed, but, you know.
Prime planning.
Prime planning. Yeah.
I suppose a time-traveling murderer would be, like, the best thing. Guys, I just go back in time, kill someone, come back.
But then you're...
I'd make a really good story, actually.
But then the time paradox.
Well, no, it's self-correcting.
So you're saying that person was meant to die because him coming back from the future was killing that person was always the thing.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So time isn't linear, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Got it. See, there you go, people. Going from masturbation jokes to astrophysics. That's what you get here.
Not even nope.
Ethics?
That's the wrong one. Astrophysics, planets.
Oh, no, sorry. It's
Metaphysics.
Metaphysics. I was going to string theory, but it's all...
String theory, well, we could go into string theory, and I can give a little micro lecture about it. No,
that's DLC extra.
It's DLC extra.
You can unlock this content at our Patreon we don't have a Patreon for this, so...
We don't have a Patreon for this, we really don't. We have a patron.
We have one, we don't have anything on it.
She's wonderful. We love her to bits. It's all relative. Yes, Will, it is all relative. It is absolutely 10 out of 10, all relative.
By the way, this show is brought to you by our sponsor, Kim Baviera. Literal sponsor. We have that.
It's a literal sponsor. And
yeah.
Will for the bits. And
he
threw in some bits here. Hang on, I have to go back here and look. Yeah.
You want string theory chat?
I'm reinvesting.
I want string theory chat.
You are correct, Melanari. Space-time is curved in a like bizarre way. Based on like gravitational force, based on mass values, and based on speed. The faster something, it's actually directly tied to mass, which is very bizarre to think about. Because technically the most massive object is light.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like a single photon, technically, while it's in the wave state, while it has enough energy to be considered within the wave state, it is technically infinite mass. And yet also not infinite mass. It's very bizarre. Very weird. Although, I don't know if I've brought this up before, but I'd like to blow everyone's minds. So I'm sure we all know some level of quantum theory. The big one being quantum observation. A particle will be in a different state, specifically light we talk about, electrons for the most part. But while being observed, it functions like an electron, like a particle, like an object. But while being observed from a distance, while you're watching it closely, it functions as mass. And while watching it from a distance, it functions like a wave. The reason why it does that is because while you're watching it closely, you need to take more energy from it. So it doesn't have the energy levels to actually be a wave. Watching things takes energy. So thank you for expending your energy to watch this show.
Exactly.
Hey.
We appreciate that.
I was waiting to see where that was going.
It was like there's a payoff here at some
Someone
point.
called Paul Blart, because that was a segue. Oh, what am I doing with my life?
So what have you been playing then, Chris?
I've been playing a lot of Visual Studio 2017. And a little bit of Final Fantasy 14. And a little bit of StarCraft. And a little bit of Heroes of the Storm. But mostly Visual Studio 2018. Been working on Dawnrise as my primary focus as of late. And actually, I'm probably going to start working on it again after the stream. We have a direction to go in. I have been mostly following tutorials, which is why I haven't been streaming it. If it's like text tutorials, I'm fine streaming it because that's something I can talk over and work with and not, sit there silently watching a video. But I'm at a point where I'm just basically watching, 2 hours of videos and copying what they're doing in order to get anything functioning. So I don't, it's not really content, so I don't want to stream it.
It's a it's a Hurgleman reacts video. Hurgleman reacts to code streaming.
If only I reacted. No, there's no reaction.
Yeah, whereas if you're reacting,
there's not even
like asleep. It's like there's still a reaction.
So it's like watching a Logan Paul video, just no reaction.
Yeah, it's precisely. It's like 2/3 of the people who are famous on YouTube these days. It's just absolutely nothing there.
And one of them who's purposely skirting the edge of like racism. T-Series v PewDiePie.
Oh my god.
Like, we all, first of all, I need to explain something before we go to, we all know it's sarcasm, right? Like, we all get that he's being sarcastic with this.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Because, like, I'm waiting for the media outlets to say he's a racist against Indians.
Oh, I'm waiting for it. I'm so waiting for it. And I'm going to die laughing when it happens because I feel like it really is gonna. They went after him once and it didn't work. And I think they're gonna go after him again because it didn't work. And let's be honest, media is not the most intelligent.
Mm-mm.
Not
It's a
lately,
wonder
no.
that Kotaku still exists. I'll be blatantly honest. Like, the fact that they haven't been laughed out of anything is amazing.
I think this all spawned from a little bit from, like, he read a Polygon article about himself that, like, was blatantly wrong because it was misquoting his videos, to now he's just making videos that are just can be misquoted from.
No, it was Wall Street Journal.
All right.
Wall Street Journal wrote a hit piece on him.
No, that was the original hit piece, but he read more recently about YouTuber burnout. They quoted his video on that and, like, kind of misquoted him. Obviously, there's nothing better than him jumping out of his closet wearing flex tape as a bandana, wielding his cavalry receiver.
Fucking love it. I see. Here's the thing. I love that PewDiePie is just still like doing whatever the fuck he wants at this point.
We watched him. I mean, if anybody watched his video where he reviewed yesterday with the Tumblr stuff.
I didn't watch yesterday's video.
Oh, yesterday's video was class. He reviewed Tumblr things.
Oh
He went
my
on
God.
Tumblr. He's like, this can't be real. And then he looked at articles and it's like, this is fucking real. I'm dead. Like, he breaks his character. Thank you for the host, Reese. And just is just like, I can't believe this is real. He's like, of course it's real. It's Tumblr. He's like, he's finding actual articles from stuff. He's just like, I can't believe this. Obviously, he was going on like the cis white male. It's like how can I find a joke tell a joke on Tumblr that everybody will that won't offend anybody, and like somebody's like, well, if you can't tell a joke that's not racist, sexist, bigoted, then you're not that funny. It's like, oh, it's a class watch. Anybody of you after this, watch that, because it is even if you don't like him, everybody I think hates Tumblr.
I would definitely agree on that. Tumblr is it's literally nega 4chan.
Yeah. We all talk about cesspools of the internet, right?
Yes.
Tumblr is the legitimate cesspool of the internet.
Don't get me wrong. There's necessity for things. There's
course.
necessity for things.
No, I mean, like, every social media is dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
But Tumblr is wasteland fire. It's just where all the other places have their shit thrown to. I'm not surprised.
I'd also like to say,
did they ban Alex Jones? I don't think they banned Alex Jones yet.
Tumblr?
Yeah.
I don't think Alex Jones knows about Tumblr.
Unless he can try and shill his crap on that. I don't think so.
Well, I mean, we know he would be able to because Tumblr would just shut him. Chances are, Tumblr's already shut him down long before anything else.
Because he's turning the frickin' frogs gay?
Yeah. Turn the frickin' frogs gay!
Buy my stuff!
Buy it!
So many more memes that will not be created now because of this. And I am both
Alex Jones. I want more Alex Jones strictly because he's just meme material. He's just only memes, but he doesn't realize it, which is one of my favorite things. Like,
because he doesn't understand. Well, he understands the money-making side of the internet. He just doesn't understand the everything else side of the internet.
Correct. He doesn't seem to understand the lack of seriousness.
Yes, it's just like...
Which is amazing.
Did he not grow
Because the shit that comes out of his mouth is amazing.
Turn the freaking frogs gay.
You're putting chemicals in the water to turn the freaking frogs gay!
Of course, obviously, he did not pay attention in biology class because he knows that some frogs change their sexes depending on what the population's needs at the time. It is a genetically inherited trait over years of evolution. So he's not turning the freaking frogs gay. They're trans.
The frogs are literally changing sex.
to fit their to continuate the species.
Now, I would say they're changing sex at will, but I don't want to see that. Right? they do it out my eye shot.
If you want to see that, go to your local petrol station, pull over.
Go to your local turnpike turnover.
Oh, we knew that was coming back. All right. So, Visual Studio, Chris.
Yes.
You've been working on Dawnrise. You have a direction, tutorials. What else have you been playing?
I've been, like I currently am, playing Final Fantasy 14. Well, I have a little story.
Not
So
about
to those of you who like fantasy, I think I told you guys a bit earlier, but this is to the chat. So to those of you who know, my sweetheart, Kura, also streams, and she streams Final Fantasy raids. Now, she typically mained a healer, specifically the class Astrologian. Well, whether she mained it or not, I'm not sure, but I know she rated as it at some point. Or the very least played as it. But the joke amongst her raiders is that she will always pull the correct card. So Astrologian has a kind of deck system where you pull like tarot cards that give buffs to everybody. And they also supply heals, so it's RNG based. And the joke is that she always pulls the right card at the right time. She has the heart of the cards. The character she plays is actually a cosplay of one of the NPCs in the game, Lord Commander Amaric. So, she's wearing a long blue cloak and pulling cards as if she owned the game. And she pays for, she paid for the guild house and everything, so she has money out the ass. So the joke was that she was Seto Kaiba. Little bit of a setup there. Now me, I ain't nothing fancy. I play this game fairly casually. And people tend to underestimate my talent in this, which is fun. So we were talking about me coming back and playing as a healer for one of the groups. And I go, okay, well, what? I know there's the 3 classes, so let's take a look. I like the idea of the card system. It seemed neat. And I eventually get into playing. And I'm drawing cards, just doing tests on my own, just to see what my luck is with it. And overall, I'm getting like pretty much flat everything. Now, flash forward to the first time I actually get in there and raid alongside her. No, not raid. We do dungeons. I come in and I start pulling every card that I need, just the same. To the point where I start calling out which card I'm going to pull. So we're sitting here laughing up a storm. And I turn to her and I say, "Hun, you might be the Seokaiba." And let me just preface, my character wears a long white coat and has long silver hair. So I tell her, "You might be Seto Kaiba, but I'm the Maximilian Pegasus." And I just send a picture of Pegasus and Kaiba staring off. And, "You underestimate me, Kaiba boy."
But who's Bandit Keith?
Who's Bandit Keith? That's Sam. Sam, you're Bandit Keith.
There you go.
Bandit Keith is really a character who I have never seen win. Yet somehow he's always in the end.
Reasons. Because of that gun.
Because of that gun.
I'm gonna defeat you in my... I've defeated you in the card game. Bang! I defeated you with gun. I don't care if you've got Exodia, the most powerful card
You
in the
may
world.
pull the best cards. I pulled a gun.
I see your Exodia and
Because America.
Because 9mm bullet says I win.
Every country in the world belongs to America.
I mean, pretty much like Bandit Keith has like is the America of the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Goes in
really
to a
is.
tournament, kicks some ass, gets beaten by his betters, and then takes out a gun and says, "No, I fucking win anyways." Because America. When things don't go our way, we point guns at it. America.
He's like that old Corky and his Pigs gun song. The Americans. So,
Don't know what
give me all your money. No,
Here's-
I've got a very big gun here. Okay.
Okay, so Michael Patterson, allow me to give you a little lowdown. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is an anime/card game meant to sell one another. That's it.
We'll look at the TGWPIS Twitter message.
Okay. I shall have a look. Got it.
There's things in the works, by the way. I've been sending them to Chris. I'm assuming.
Have you?
Yeah.
On the Twitter?
No, I've been sending it to you like in Facebook Messenger.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
photos.
I only see that on my phone because I basically quit Facebook. And when I say I basically quit Facebook, I mean I haven't logged onto it in like 3 months.
So I should text
I
them
think
to
I did
you.
a good job. It's Discord. Discord's the best way to get in contact with me these days.
Okay, Discord direct message.
Yeah.
So DM.
By the way, if any of you want to get in contact with me at any given point, even
Yeah, it's in
just
the-
to show me memes, to throw games, to just chat, to tell me how your day's been, you can find me in the Discord, which is linked down below as well. It's just super easy to find me.
I wish we had we had this for earlier in the show, so that way we could spam the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Boy.
I'm sending it to you, Chris. I'm sending it to you, Chris.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, we need. That would have been perfect.
Inside jokes that people are going to you all understand this in like a week or two.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's something that's being worked on.
The cat will be out of the bag very soon. But so yeah, so is that everything, dude?
Well, that's pretty much it.
Sweet. Do you want me to go next, or do you want to go next?
Go right on ahead, Will.
Okie dokie. Well, apart from the stuff that I've been streaming, I have been actually playing some things. I've been with Strange Brigade for one. I have been streaming with Rob, and that's a lot of fun actually. It's if you don't know what Strange Brigade is, it's from Rebellion, makers of Sniper Elites and Zombie Army trilogy, but it's based around like the. Have you ever seen the film King Solomon's Mines?
No.
Or Indiana Jones?
Yes.
Right now, the premise of Indiana Jones archaeology. Yeah? King Solomon's Mines, same sort of thing, but you've got people from. It may actually be a bit more before World War II. It's sort of like the 1920s, 1930s, but it's like the very old black and white mini serials you used to get that they used to put on at cinemas.
Oh.
Like the RKO ones, the old radio ones, where you got like the sort of narrator going, "Well, now what's going to happen on today's episode?" Oh, blah blah blah.
Oh.
But it's like that, but it's very British sounding. So it's like Bounder, Scallywags, all of this from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So you have up to 4 players, and it's like an action loot 'em up, kind of like Left 4 Dead's, kind of like Vermintide's. We have puzzles during this, and you have to get from A to B, But it's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Star Minix, for not only the follow, but for testing out that worked, and it did.
Thank you. So yeah, Rob and myself started playing that last Sunday on stream, and a couple of hours in, yeah, we're looking forward to playing more of it. I know Will was asking if we're going to play more, and so yeah, we are. We're going to be bringing you more of that good stuff. So if you have it on PS4 and you want to join us, give us a shout. Don't, however, give us a shout if you don't want to, because that wastes our time and it wastes yours. And just makes us look there going, I'm sure I said about only, if you want to, but there you go. Right. Anyway, next stuff I haven't streamed. Now, earlier in the week, wonderful Ed, Mr. Yeah Beer, texted me while I was streaming. And he goes, "Have you seen this news?" And it's like, immediately sort of pause halfway, like trying to multitask. Now, a couple of months ago, we were talking about how the Pinball Arcade lost the license to some tables called Williams Golieb.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a reason why they lost it. Because it seems that Zen Studios has picked it up. So Zen are going to bring all those tables that are under that banner, it seems, to Pinball FX3. And I am looking forward to it, because a couple of hours later, they also posted another news article saying that the beta for these tables was on Steam. So, of course, I had to go onto Steam and download Pinball FX3 and play them. And, yeah, they look very good. They do look as good as they were on Pinball Arcade. They handle a bit more forgiving than the Pinball Arcade, because when you played them, it's just like with any moment the ball could just go flying off in a weird direction, drain, there you go, you're done. And it's like,
well, shit.
It's like, what the hell was that? But it gives you a bit more of a it gives you a bit more of a chance, it seems, on Pinball FX, and yeah, it's quite nice. Looking forward to this. This was exciting news for me, being a pinball addict. And so, of course, I had to go and try and get a big score. And Zen Studios liked it. I've seen the score on Twitter, so I was like, hey. If Pinball FX, and Zen Studios want me to early stream the tables, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, send the codes over. I'll gladly do it. As an exclusivity, if you want to do that. Also, played more Yakuza 0. I'm like chapter 13, 14 now. The stories are starting to converge in a way that once you start getting into the game, you realize what's happening. And so, yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's heavy hitting at times still, though. I mean, more ways than one, with the punch ups. Don't worry, Michael, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to it. And so it's, yeah, I need to get into it more. I need to play more of it in one go rather than maybe an hour or two tops, because I do love the Yakuza series. It's just I've just not been getting into it. I just can't seem to want to put the hours in one go. It's just weird. And this week, my sort of burnout from playing games off stream has come to an end, because there was another game that came out called Planet Alpha, which is like a side-scrolling cross between No Man's Sky and Limbo and Inside, because graphically it looks as weird as the planets you get on No Man's Sky, but the mechanics are Inside, are Limbo, you got these puzzle elements to it. You've got these parts where everything is trying to kill you, so you have to get from A to B really quickly if you can. And again, I was playing that. I was able to put the hours in on that. I was able to just have fun with it until yesterday. When yesterday, a game has taken my attention. It has taken a lot of my attention. In fact, so far, over 12 hours of my attention, including waking up this morning at 8:30 going, I need to hurry up and wake up a bit so I can turn this on and continue it. Because it is Spiderman. And I'll be honest, I wasn't looking forward to it. I wasn't hyped for it like I am for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, for example. But, it was on my list. It was on one of the ones I'll get it, I'll play it, see what it's like. And then I did. And, oh boy, this is fun. This is a lot of fun. You can just take, you can just absolute ages just swinging all over New York City. And it doesn't feel a chore. It just feels so nice, With some games, it can, you can get a bit fiddly starting doing the swinging about and stuff, but it's not. It's just like 2 buttons, jump, R2, and away you go. And you can get great speed on it. You can get high. I mean, one of the best things about this is you got some car chases, because you've got, and it's not much of a spoiler because this is side quests. You've got, thugs doing, petty crimes around the city in the early part of this. And it's so fun. If you're chasing a car, you can swing around the buildings and it feels so fluid. It doesn't feel like, often where you get in, let's say, Assassin's Creed, when you're trying to run around and you get caught around a building. Doesn't feel that way.
You try to climb a building and you want to go jump straight forward instead of out there, jumps straight out and kills himself.
Yeah. I have not had something like that.
I'd love to see the methodology of how they planned that out, how they decided to go around making it function so smoothly. I have some ideas, but I'd love to get confirmation on some of them. It'd be really cool. But it's so good looking.
It really is. It really, really is. I mean, you had the people complaining about the downgrade, but if that's a downgrade, then what the hell was it looking like beforehand? If it was, I mean, Digital Foundry, the technical people who are like a sister site of Eurogamer, actually looked at it and went, actually, that's not a downgrade at all. That's an upgrade to what we saw. So I don't know who's right and who's wrong, but
there are less puddles.
It's like, but when you're playing the game, you don't really care about the puddles. You just don't, because
Immersion's gone, no puddles. Immersion's out. I can believe that I am a web crawling, web slinging superhero, but the fact that the puddles don't look good, that's when it breaks my immersion.
Yeah, that's
well,
it.
okay, so here was the thing that I found out.
Yeah.
Is that it's not even that the puddles look worse. It was that they're smaller.
Yeah.
So you just can't see them as well. And I'm assuming the reason for that is because of lighting effects.
Or maybe
That's the most likely scenario.
it wasn't raining and the puddle dried up.
See, that makes sense. No,
Again, perfectly reasonable thing.
It's not a Batman game. It doesn't need to be dark, gloomy, and raining all the time.
Right?
Yeah. It's very bright. It's very lit up. New York at night. Fantastic looking. We were swinging through Times Square. That looks amazing. It's like, you're looking around for landmarks and stuff. It's like I immediately went looking for Madison Square Garden. And it's like, oh, there it is. And then I went looking for the Avengers building because I knew it was there. I was talking to a mate at the time because we were talking on party chat while he was, installing his copy. And it's when I found it's like I took 2 hours and I went, hang on, I haven't found this yet. So I stumbled across it. It's like, oh, there it is. And it's little touches like that. And the one thing I will say about this as well, over other open world games like, from Ubisoft, for example, the side missions. Now, we know that when you open up a well, nice, like it, but when you open up little areas, which you get to do straight away, you don't have to go and open them up. Okay. When you get these missions, now in a Ubisoft game, they're fairly cookie cutter for each section, right? In this, it doesn't feel like it because some of them, they change it up a little bit. Like they add little bits of extras from other ones, merge them into one, so it does feel different. And where I'm at now, because I'm heading into about 44% completed, they're changing it up again, adding extra bits, because this also doesn't throw every different collectible, every different side mission, every permutation that they have in the game at you at one go. It leads you in. It gives you a little piece, a little time. So you do a load of this stuff, more story. Do a load more stuff, more story if you want. And so it opens up over time. It gradually adds it in for you, so you don't feel overwhelmed. That's a great thing. And I'm not going to talk about the story because I want you guys to enjoy that too. Because I have a feeling I know who the 6th person was from the E3 demo. And the trailer where you see Peter Parker just like go, oh my god, it's you. At the end of that, I haven't reached that yet.
It's Batman.
Now that would be a turn up for the books, but I think
that
I
would
know
be
who
a twist.
That
would be a twist.
And then it leads into Arkham.
It's been a little while since there's been any like DC Marvel crossover, like any official DC Marvel crossover. It's been a little while. It's been a hot second. So like, if they decided to pull one now, that'd be amazing.
That'd be big. That'd be huge. But so yeah, I am loving this. And when we're done here, I'm going back onto it and continuing it. So by the time next week happens, you'll probably hear, I've completed this.
Probably.
I did look at the DLC as well, and this is where Rob was a bit. He was a bit sort of, hey, hang on a minute, and I agree with him on this. There is DLC out for it now, and over here it's 16 quid, and it's like about 3 big sort of story missions. You get extra villains, you get some other stuff as well. But day one DLC, shouldn't it maybe have been in the game as well?
Well, I have to stop. I have to talk about Will Torres. No, sorry. Deadpool humor has not been put into Spider-Man. Deadpool humor is an evolution of Spider-Man's humor. Peter has always been kind of a goofball, self-deprecating humor kind of a guy. Deadpool just took it to the 10th level. So, excuse me, as somebody who has followed Spider-Man, has watched Spider-Man, and has read all the comics, Peter Parker has always been like that. Deadpool just took it to the 9s. In a few cases, people confuse Deadpool with Spider-Man because red suit wearing guys,
Very specifically, Deadpool is Spider-Man without the friendly neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. You take the filth meter and you break the filth meter because there's so much filth wrapped around Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Parker essentially is the nice guy. Let's be honest. Like Peter Parker is the essential nice guy. Like if you look at 90s Spider-Man, like especially early Spider-Man, like he likes Mary Jane, but he never really pursues that. And he always ends up doing things that are the thing that's right, and it's bigger and it helps the community but doesn't help himself. And that's why Peter's kind of always hard down on his luck. There's Mr. Flex guy from the Fantastic Four. I can't think of his freaking name.
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic thing.
Reed
Richards has gone out and saying that Peter Parker is probably if had gone, depending on the one comics you read, if it actually gone through college and gotten a degree, would be as smart, if not smarter than him. But because he got bitten at a young age, didn't have parents, grew up in a difficult way, and became a superhero really young, and continued with that. It stifled his personal growth and his growth as a person, and he constantly sacrificed Peter Parker to make sure Spider-Man was an influence on the city and was a neighborhood-friendly Spider-Man. And that's the interesting thing about the art, at least in my mind, the reason why I like Peter Parker as a character is that, like, it's what he's willing to give up to make sure other people are good, and in like the sacrifices he makes on a day-to-day basis. I mean, there's losing his apartment, having to work as somebody who sells photos to the newspaper. He doesn't get
newspaper that hates him, by the way.
He hates him, has to, isn't a college graduate, is always constantly down on his luck, can have social connections, and the people he cares about either move away or do better things and move on with their lives. And Peter's always kind of feels like he's running on a treadmill because he's got Spider-Man. He has responsibility, and it's responsibility that he could technically shirk. He doesn't have to be Spider-Man. In the Marvel mythos, there are other superheroes that could do that, but he has his own thoughts and process of why he needs to do it, and he makes those own personal sacrifices to be it. So I'm a big Spider-Man fan, if people haven't guessed. So that's
you will love playing this game, dude.
The best way to see into like the mind of Peter Parker's like deep serious side is to look at his interaction with the One Above All. Beautiful segment. If you don't want to dig up the actual comic itself, I believe Comics Explained does a fantastic job of discussing it. Great channel on YouTube, by the way. He talks all about comics and different characters and power levels, plot lines. So if you don't want to go through, if you don't have like the eyes for comics, I know that reading comic books is difficult for me, which is silly to say. Just like my brain doesn't like to process the boxes correctly. So it's always been easier to discuss about it and look at the imagery separate from the pages. But that's a wonderful channel, a wonderful resource for it.
And I know if it comes up, yes, okay. I really did like Spider-Man Homecoming because you're seeing young, idealistic Peter Parker. You're getting him at the beginning where he's just figuring things out. And you're not, and that's really cool, and I'm excited to see if they ever get to it, where they get to like 90s Spider-Man was like kind of like beaten down a little bit. Peter Parker has been doing, I mean, that's what Spider-Man in the video game, he's been doing it a while. He's been like, he's getting long in the tooth. Like it's really, you see the sacrifices he's had to make to be Spider-Man, and he's not in a good place. Peter's not in a good place, romantically, financially, family-wise.
Really, any walk of life, not exactly the best.
Yeah, he's like, that's the whole point of Peter. Is like he's never in a good place, and it's completely of his own doing, and he knows that. And like Spider-Man is both the cause of and his escape from that problem. Being Spider-Man makes him, be who he wants to be. And it's I could talk forever a lot about it. Maybe in a newer project that we are talking about doing, we may discuss this.
That's a good idea.
Also, by the way, Spider-Man did come up originally with the one-liners. Like, Spider-Man was doing that way before Deadpool was doing it. Like,
that was original Spider-Man, was classic one-liners and shit.
I remember him getting his ass kicked by the Kingpin and like getting up and go, "You can give up any time now. You can totally surrender and they'll be fine." As he's getting thrown through walls.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man. Don't ever change, Peter Parker. Don't ever change.
Never do. So, yeah. Spider-Man. Go play it. Buy it if you haven't already. Play it. Play it. This is in the running for Game of the Year for me. Really is. So, James, what have you been playing, matey?
Not Spider-Man. Because I have too many long-running games. If you haven't noticed, we have 3 series that are being maintained on the YouTube right now. Yakuza 0, Metal Gear Solid 5, and now the new game that I've been playing, Dragon Quest 11. Something of an elusive age. Which I had played a bit last night. But so what I've been playing, Metal Gear Solid 5, Yakuza 0, Dragon Quest 11, Corby Town FC on Football Manager, World of Warcraft, Destiny 2 Forsaken expansion, which has done a lot to change the game again and has made it more interesting again. So I'll be playing more of that. So as you can see, those aren't indie roguelikes that you can just kind of sit down and play for like 30 minutes and be done. Well, Football Manager you can, but those are things that are like short-term, quick. Oh, I'll just play this for 10 minutes kind of games. They're deep, long, and engrossing, and I've been really enjoying Dragon Quest. I just got my 2 other party members, so I have a full party now. It's on YouTube, but more to come on that in a second after all this gaming stuff's done, because I've done a thing. Metal Gear Solid 5. We all know my thoughts on Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm playing it because I love the game, besides from the story. So I think, if anything, that game will get wrapped up quicker than anybody else, so we can find a slot in for something else. Yakuza 0 is fun. I enjoy Yakuza 0. But like with Will, it's like one of those things where like I need to find the right time to play Yakuza 0. Like, I can pick up Metal Gear Solid 5 and just play it and just be fine. But like Yakuza 0, because of it's story-driven, it's intense, the dialogue is in Japanese and involves reading, I need to be in a specific mindset to be able to play that game. Also, I stream it, so... but I want to get into that. The problem is I'm so far behind. Well, I'm only in chapter 4. And there's so much to do in that game, it's easy to get distracted.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Especially if you're running toward one mission part and then someone goes, "Hey, over here."
And then all of a sudden you're
find
sitting...
out it's an hour later.
And like an hour later, you just finished a date with the girl's father where you're pretending to be a dentist.
Yeah, with an eye patch.
That is literally what happens in one of our videos. Like, I start the side quest and it goes for the whole 20 minutes of the video. It's just the side quest, and I'm sitting there going like, So, Dragon Quest 11, a lot of fun. It's more graphically, like, they've taken the Akira Toriyama style and they've really taken it, like, they kind of kept those cartoony graphics, but you can see that there's a huge, powerful engine behind it. And the real reason is this, and I'm not trying to plug the videos, but I'm gonna plug the videos. If you watch the mouths move, and either in cutscene or regular stuff, if you watch the mouse move, they move in sync with the dialogue, and stop when it's supposed to. And it's a subtle thing, right? But in a game that's like an JRPG where there's a lot of dialogue, a lot of characters talking, the fact that when there's voice-over dialogue and the mouths sync to the dialogue, to what they're saying word-wise, and stop when they're supposed to, that's a kind of a huge detail, at least for me.
The one thing, though, I've been watching your videos, is like the Cornish accent. Like the ass is like... it's fine, the actual accent itself. It's just the lady feels a bit...
She doesn't show up after the opening sequence.
No,
No.
she sort of buggers off because like, oh, you really helped me there.
I mean, I'm not going to spoil. I guess I'll spoil a little bit of it. They go and they burn down your village. Everybody dies.
Oh, a fable start then.
A fable start once you're 5 hours into it. Yeah, sure. So it's good. I really am enjoying it. They take kind of some themes that are in Dragon Quest games and they've kind of turned them on their heads a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys have played at least one Dragon Quest game before.
No.
Do you know?
I never have.
Not actually.
Do you know about Puff Puff? Okay.
Can't say that I do.
So Dragon Quest has this kind of inside joke. There's this thing called Puff Puff, which essentially is kind of like a girl being erotic or something with her breasts. So
Right.
like in 7 and 8, I think it was, or 7, whatever one that came out on the PlayStation 2, like a girl would do a puff puff and it would like kind of cut off to the scene and like the monsters would get charmed and then couldn't do anything for a turn, right? So
Right.
there's kind of like a girl being erotic or something, kind of that kind of stuff, right? Or in some cases like a massage or doing something like that. So it's like a girl being erotic and doing something erotic, whether to you or not. So like there's one part like where you can be like, oh, would you like the special puff puff massage? And like I'm at a hot spring. I'm like, okay, whatever. And yes,
my.
and it goes puff puff, hee hee, puff puff puff, hee hee hee, puff puff puff, all done. And it goes ding, and then all of a sudden it says, you went to the great unknown. Congratulations. It was an achievement to get a puff puff from the hot string. I was like, oh. So it's like you're immediately going like amazing, right? So then I go to the next major town, which is a sultanate, and I'm walking. There's an NPC standing outside a door, and the door has a red light on it. The girl's just like, "Hi, you look like Big Sharks and strapping. Would you like?" She's like, "Would you like to experience one of the greatest puff puffs in the kingdom?" And I went, "Okay." So the door opens. She walks in. I walk forward. There's a bunch of more red lights around her. He goes, "Oh, but it's only for you." And then like the title says like TGWPIS because the character nervously leaves his friends behind. Follow me upstairs to my bed chambers. You follow her upstairs to the bed chambers, and she's like, "Okay, now lay down into bed, but you have to close your eyes." And you hear puff 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 puff, and you wake up, and there's like it's her, and she's like one of the hot character models, but then it's her dad, who's like the really bulky, beefy guys who has like the helmet on with like the 2 horns on the side. And it goes like, my dad gives the best puff puff in the area. I'm so glad you're able to experience it. And like your character goes back downstairs and all your friends are waiting for you outside the door. They're like, how was it? And he goes, da-da-da, because you're the silent protagonist. And like your buddy who's the thing goes, wow, that sounds amazing. That's awesome. We should probably get going, huh? And like, it's like you're obviously lying to them. And then literally I'm like, okay, like, no achievement whatsoever. No, you're just talking to a random character, and just like that little bit of the story that jumped in, I'm like, that's amusing. I mean, that turns it on its head because you had like the hot springs thing, and you're like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh no,
oh no,
oh no.
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 And then I go and they're like, oh, here's the next level of armor. I said, cool. And I'm like at the armor shop looking at the armor, and then it goes, dancer's outfit. And it's for one character, and it's a huge upgrade on her equipment. It's just, and I'm like, okay. I grab it and I equip it, and I look at it, and I'm like, oh, that's not only armor, but it's a costume. She's in a sultanate dancer's outfit. There's a lot of sheer clothing there. I'm like, is this really protective armor? Because there's a lot more skin being sure. Okay. All right.
Fantasy armor. Less is more.
That actually reminded me of a Fable. Now, there's like a quest in there where you have to go into a bordello and you have to try and charm the owner.
Hey.
So,
hey. Hey.
So hey. So I tried looking at the outfit, and I've written there, got a dark villager dress. Okay, so great, I'll put that on. Only the skirt of this thing is actually there. The rest of it is completely topless. I'm like, wow. I'm going to need to find the rest of this dress then, aren't I? You know, so it's like, yeah, that could have been a puff puff.
Very, yeah. I mean, there's I like where Dragon Quest is going. It's like you tell it's a little bit more adulty than like the past ones have been, because like they're like they don't show you the bodies, but you go to your village and like it's raised, and you're like, well, they're probably all dead. But the voice acting is good, as Will can tell. I mean, there's the Cornish accent that's pretty hard, but it's not like it's bad. It's not like it's somebody who's trying really hard to do it.
It's like Dragon Quest Hot Fuzz Edition.
Exactly. It's very I'd recommend at least watching some of it. I've got some more I have to edit. But that's mainly all I've been playing, which leads me into tomorrow and what's happening tomorrow. There's a new thing on our Twitch that I spent a lot of time last night while I was doing other stuff, and why the show was a few minutes late. It is a week in review. What is a week in review, you might say? Well, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so whatever that is, wherever you are in the world, running to, I think this week is 7:30 at night. It is in chronological order, starting with Dragon Quest, then going to Metal Gear Solid, and then ending with Yakuza, is all the videos that were released on the YouTube channel in chronological order and what was played. So it is a recap of what you missed. The nice thing is that we cut them into about 20 to 25 minute chunks. So every single video has at least 7 to 5 minutes of downtime in between them for you to be able to get up and move around if you want to watch them. It's almost like we're doing TV.
Wow.
So
nice.
We have scheduled premiered. It starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. It runs pretty much all day of what you've missed, the recap of what came out on the YouTube channel last week and leading into next week. And hopefully going forward, I will continue to do this. I think it's a way for you guys to see if you don't go there, you want to see some stuff, because after we premiere them, they then are permanent videos on our Twitch, which then you can watch them here or on YouTube or sometimes when I stream them, because 2 of the series aren't being streamed.
Now, are you going to be moving that to a Monday on the weekend of Extra Life?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. I also plan, if I think I can do this, I may plan to put this. This may be the final video of the day. We may end with the show, because it kind of goes in like, you know, this series, then this series, then this series. It's almost kind of like if you watch Twitch Presents, or Always On Twitch, how they have blocks of TV series.
Yeah.
It's exactly what this is. It's blocked it. So like, you know, it's versus the Dragon Quest block. Then it's the Metal Gear Solid block. No, I think it's Yakuza. It goes Dragon Quest, Yakuza, Metal Gear Solid, and then we'll end with the show.
Sweet.
So it's all
like
here. And we're not starting from episode 1 of all those series. It's quite literally what came out last week. So you're going to be jumping in at the beginning of Dragon Quest in about episode 19 of Yakuza, and I think about episode 30 of Metal Gear Solid. And if you really enjoy them, you can go and find them on our YouTube channel, where all the rest of the episodes are.
So you can flick to the part that you miss if you have to step away.
Exactly. So, that's a new thing. That's one of the things, but it's not the new project I'm talking about. That's still in the works, and even just kind of figuring shit out. But I will leak one thing about it. One word. Headcanon. So shout outs.
Teasing. Right, so yeah, shout outs. Chris, you wanted a big shout out, didn't you?
I'll do mine near the end because we just pulled. So
fair enough. Fair enough. So I want to give a shout out to O'Joy. I want to give a shout out to Will's Toy Clearance. I want to give a shout out to all the members in chat at the moment who are here with us on Saturday afternoon / Saturday morning in the US. O'Joy and Will's Toy Clearance, they gave, donations to Extra Life. And alongside our other members of our team, we are now $724 for this year's total. And that's amazing. That's absolutely freaking awesome. And that's my shout outs so far. How about you guys? How about you, James? You any shout outs?
Hi, chat. Thank you. Thank you for my co-host for letting me sleep in an extra 30 minutes.
Keep stalling. Keep going.
I mean, there's so much I could talk about. So many people. I'd like to thank the Academy for this. I mean, it's absolutely great. I really do appreciate them. I mean, so much work and effort goes into every single time. The fact that I was given the opportunity to not only work on these projects, but understand them and really get the scope of what's happening, and really get my vision out there, really is something that I can't express enough. And there are so many people that get involved in that. I mean, obviously, we cannot do it without, Will's Toy Clearance bringing up funny jokes about the fact that I'm making penis jokes the entire time. Michael Patterson constantly wanting to talk about Corbytown and having an influence on that series and wanting to be here for Football Manager. And thank you very much. I will appreciate this word forever and always.
All right. So first and foremost, a little shout out to Kim, our Patreon saint. Special thanks to everybody coming in. Special thanks to Allie for coming to pretty much all of my game dev streams whenever I do it.
Allie
is top tier. And I want to give a special thanks to Antonius, a friend of the podcast. I've been a member of the Hamptonites for a little while, so let's see. To Antonius, thank you for leading the Night Wood in this era of glory and joy. Much appreciated, good sir. And I hope you have a wonderful day too. Since there's that pad so that I don't actually, have it fall onto my head, it's actually like large. It's a very strangely large thing. It's very, very. We pulled again. I was fucking doing that. I gotta fucking adjust.
Well played. Well played.
Yes. Shout out to Gage for working on Spiderman as well. Actually, a good buddy of both mine and Reese. We both went to school with him for game design, and he was on the team for Spiderman.
And as I said before the show, thank you very much. Give all the rest of the team thanks for making such a cracking game. So, I think that's it.
I think that is.
Stream done. Thing done. Thing do's.
It'd be great if you could time it to perfectly end on the second clap. That would be amazing.
There's a 2,000 millisecond transition.
Yeah,
that's built into this. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's even got audio cues and shit in it, so it's not kind of nice. But anyways, everybody, thank you for showing up. We really do appreciate it. Enjoy all the videos next tomorrow. I'm really I've lost sleep because of it, so hopefully it'll be fun. If not, whatever. It's things to do. And if you're ever at your local petrol station, just make sure to grab a waffle and a wank. We'll talk to you later.
Mm-hmm.